Hi everybody. Hi, how are you doing? How are you doing this? This recording is taking place on Moi Day. You're probably gonna see it Ukombele, not on Moi Day. But yes, I'm recording on Moi Day. I'm at the show house. I'm working. I enjoy my work, and yes, we work. So welcome to my show. This is Lilian Waireri. You're watching Real Estate Demystified, and we've been covering a series called Value Addition over the past few weeks. I know you've watched. If you haven't, kindly go back to the history and see how you can add value to your land, see how you can add value to your homes, your units, your apartments, see how you can add value to all that. And today we're going to talk about value addition for your offices. So stay tuned and watch it. Okay? So now, you remember when we were talking about adding value, when we talked about adding value to your homes. Offices and homes are a bit different because you see, when you're adding value to your own home, when you're adding value to a place where you live, when you're adding value to a place where your family, when you're adding, it's quite personal. Adding value to your own house, adding value to a private space is quite personal. It's very different from how you would add value to an office, because you see, an office is where several people are working together. These are people who are not of the same background. These are people who do not know each other initially. They just, come and become friends and become family friends. But this place has to be acceptable to everyone, unlike your own home, where your own home is, your style kind of matches with that of your spouse and that of your children, or that of your parents, and that of your sisters and brothers. So when you're doing a value addition for your home, when you're decorating, when you're doing the tiling, the painting, the adding on of flowers and other decors, usually it'll be very acceptable, and it's very comfortable, and it's very personal. But now when you're moving into an office, when you're trying to add value to an office, the dynamics change. Remember, we defined value addition. Value addition is where you enhance the appearance or function of a product. In this case, a real estate product, which can either be land, which I said we already covered. So go back over there, and see. We've already covered for housing, and now we're covering for offices. So when you're trying to add value for offices, it's either because, one, you're trying to sell off an office space, or two, you have an office space that maybe you're using and it has extra space and you'd like an additional number of people or another different organization to come use the office, or you actually bought some office that was coming up, or you're converting your space into an office. So you want either for it to go for a higher lease amount, or to go for a higher sale amount, or even to attract a different kind of clientele, because you understand that offices are different. The way a corporate office would not function like a social office, it wouldn't function like a shared space office. It depends with what you're doing. So I will try and give you the general things that you can do, the general things that people look at when they're looking at offices, whether it's to buy or lease, or whatever it is that they want an office for, okay? So there are very many services that you can offer in addition to the four walls. First of all, I need you to know that when you're intending to buy an office spaces are not sold like houses. You see, the way when you're buying a house, when you go to maybe a project and you want to see how they're selling their houses, you want to see what kind of houses they're selling. When you go to homes or houses or units, maisonettes, whatever, I'm talking about residential. When you go to a residential property where they're selling units for sale, you will discover that in a residential property, almost everything comes done. So they have cabinetry done, they have the wall tiles done, the floor tiles done, they have the ceilings done, they have the lightings done. If they are doing appliances, some of the appliances are done, the cabinetry, the wardrobes, all that are done. But when you're buying an office, they actually do not do the interior unless requested. You get? If you're buying something that is being built as commercial space, they do not sell it to you when tiling has been done, when the ceilings have been done. They only do finishes for the common areas. They don't do for the internal space. This is the reason why. When buyers of commercial space come in, they brand their offices, they do their own branding, because if somebody is buying a commercial space, they have of course brand colors, they have of course a design, they have to keep up with the same design. I'm sure you've walked into so many places which is a corporate office, like for instance a bank. If you walk into whichever bank you think of, if you walk into commercial bank, KCB Nairobi, and you go to KCB Kisumu, you'll find that they have the same design. So that is a commercial space. Somebody sold them that space. So when a corporate like that is coming in, they want to do their own branding so that it can match their other branches. So you'll find when a commercial space is being sold, the interiors will not be done. What will be done will be the exteriors. So they will do all the common areas. They will do the walkway. They will do the landing. That's where the reception is. They will do all the pathways. They will do the common wash areas. They will do the common, everything common. They will finish. They will finish to the T. But when it comes to the interior, anybody buying an office space, you should expect that it will be sold to you for you to do your own interiors, unless of course you request. Well, when they're building, you request and tell them that you want it to come complete, or maybe with tiling done. Of course, this is not applicable to somebody who is leasing. When you're leasing a space, it means that the landlord or the owner already did the finishes, and you will find that they will do very standard finishes, maybe just ceramic tiles, just as a standard wall, a standard cabinet, because they don't know who their clientele will be, and their intention is lease, so they want to make it as open to most of the clients that will lease. Okay, so that's something you have to note when you're doing residential. When you're buying from a residential development, then you will find everything done. But when you're buying commercial, this thing will not be done. So let's say you have commercial space, whether you're buying it or you're renting it out. Of course, there are things that you would want to do so that you can improve the value, so that you can add on the value, so that it's worth more, so that it's more appealing to your intended clientele, so that whoever walks in is actually in agreement with whatever you're doing. So there are a few things that you can do to offices that are a bit different. They're a bit different from what you do to your safe space, your private space. Sorry, it's quite different. There's a bit of noise coming from the back there. There's somebody who has just decided to come outside here and start doing that. So let me check it out, and I'll come back. All right. Yes, completely different background. Sorry, I've had to move. I'm on the site, and even being a holiday, there's some works that really can't wait, so we still have people on site, so there's a bit of noise, so we'll continue from here. Okay. So I hope the noise won't get to us. So I'm in the family area. I really want to show you this house, but I can't show you until I told you we're at 99.2. I can't show you, and probably by the time you're watching this, by the way, you've seen. Probably you've seen, so you saw that family area. That's where I'm sitting. Anyway, let's stay. We were talking about commercial space, and I was telling you that first of all, you won't buy it as complete as a residential unit, because for a commercial person, you do your own branding, so you have your own colors to use. And you see, a developer won't get into that cost of knowing, of even getting into the nitty gritties of knowing company A likes red, so I'll go there, put red. Company B likes, no, a developer is interested in bulk, so they will do everything that is good for them in bulk, because it helps with their costing. All right. So when you buy commercial space, don't expect to buy it complete, but everything on the common areas, the pathways, all that will be complete. So only maybe probably when you're leasing. When you go to an office and you're leasing, you will find it done, mostly done with, cool colors, common colors, the creams and the browns and the good cabinets. Just that because the landlord knows that they are going to let it out, they can't specify to who, so they put neutral colors so that it is appealing to everybody. That is what happens in a commercial space. So let's say you have a commercial space that you want to put up either for leasing or for sale. What are the things that you can do to improve the value of your commercial space? So what are the things that you can do to add value to your space? Number one, decor. I know I said I know what I said. And what I said is you cannot personalize an office. You cannot decorate your office like it's your home. So your taste in an office is not considered. Imagine, and the office is yours. So your taste is something you have to put on your back, at the back, and you have now to reason for somebody else. So the decor you put, you can't start putting yellow flowers and red flowers unless it is for a specific clientele. Unless you're targeting somebody specific, then you can put those kind of items. But if you're putting it up so that more people can, for more people can view, more people can buy, or more people can list, then you have to put decor that is agreeable. So what kind of decor is this? The kind of decor I'm talking about is not flowers. It's not like the ones you've seen in the show houses I've been showing you. It's not the flowers, it's not the good curtains, but you put nice decor. You put on the corners, you put some nice shelves because it's an office. So whoever comes will want. So put nicely decorated items, nicely decorated shelves, nicely decorated doors. Don't put very plain doors. Don't make it look like sorry to say this, a government office. Just make sure that it is a step higher than a government office. So if for instance, you've already done your interiors, the plain interiors, the neutral colors, but use a good tile. Use a tile that is not cold. Use a tile that is long lasting. By the way, don't use things that, you see, an office use is not like a home use. Home use, your tenants tend to stay longer, but offices, even if they don't move out, they kind of change people. So there will be people dragging. So you need to put things that are long lasting that they won't take out, the quality of your staff. So put nice looking finishes. I'm talking about the tile. Make sure you have a good paint. Make sure you have a good door. Make sure your windows work. Make sure they are good. The windows are clean and they're a good type. Decor for an office is not major. Because remember, it has to be applicable and acceptable by everyone from different backgrounds. Okay, so please, I know sometimes you walk into an office and it's your office, you've personalized it, it's in your favorite color, the walls are blue because that's your favorite color, the curtains, you've even done curtains, or you've done the shutters, and they are blue, and you think, oh, whoever does not like this is not my client. No, you are not supposed to personalize an office space. Don't personalize a commercial space. That is the rule number 1. Don't personalize it. So you have an office space, it's good, it's neutral colors, the tiles are good, it's big enough, and you're leasing it out. Add network, that is internet. Don't let your tenant come and start struggling with Safaricom and Zuku and everybody else who's offering the service. Do your own cabling. Tell them that is the output. Tell them the only thing they need to do is call their whoever gives them the service provider, and connect. Do the network. Tell them that I am giving you this with network. If not the end service, if not the Mbps, if not the service provider already in, do the cabling for them. Let them come, let them find the cabling done, because that you can do. You just need to call the people for fiber optics. They come, they cable your office, and then the tenant will look for their own service provider. That's easier than giving them just 4 walls and telling them, now you go look for your office. It makes your value go up. That's one. The second thing you need to look at is if you're offering furniture. There are standard furnitures that you can offer. 1, cabinetry. 2, a reception desk. I don't even need you to offer, you don't even have to offer desks for persons. Just a reception desk and cabinetry. They can even be movable. They don't even need to be stuck on the wall. That's one hassle less for your tenant. So they know when they're coming into your space, they actually do not have to buy a reception desk. They don't have to buy cabinets. If they do, maybe just to add on to whatever you've already given them. You can add value that way, because it's an office. Maybe if it's a shop, do the network, because everybody needs network. Don't say that I am going to give this shop to somebody who's selling sugar. Why do they need network for? They need network. Do the network. It's their option. If you've done the cabling, it's their option whether they want to get a service provider or not. But just do the cabling, do the tiling. If it's a shop, I know you don't. I know most commercial people do not give shells. But if you already know who you're listening to, at least put some shells up. Okay? So you have network, you have shells, you have some type of furniture. There are some services that you need to offer. So you're in a commercial block, you're listing it out, offer services. Cleaning. If your tenant comes in and they see that, if I come in, there's already a cleaning service in place. You can tell them that, yes, I'll be letting this office to you for around 10,000 shillings a month. But if you add 2,000, the cleaning will be done for you on a daily basis or 3 times a week, depending on the use of the office or depending on the requirements of the office holder. Now, you see you've already gotten a cleaner. You already know who cleans. Most buildings come with corporate cleaners. Most buildings come with people to clean. So this will not even cost you more. You know who the cleaners are. Offer it as a service to your tenant. That adds value. Something else as a service, offer security. Tell your people that now already you've taken this office, we have a security guarding system, and not just the staff, not just the soldiers at the gate, not just the people who are checking your temperatures when you enter the building, not just that. We have alarms. So we've put alarms. Whatever you need to do, there are alarms already installed in case of robbery, in case of fire. You will be notified. You will know. We have alarms that are set out in your office. So this person, when they come, they are feeling, this is good. The network has been done for me. There is somebody to come in and clean. I have a few furniture that I actually do not need to buy. And furthermore, the security is so good, so I'm not worried. When I close my office, I'm not worried that somebody will come back after me and take up my stuff. That has also increased your value. Offer them these kind of services. Then your value will go up. You will see that if you're a landlord in a good building, if the building is of course in a good location, of course, if there are location issues, because I know you hear me mention location a lot, because for me that's the key thing about any property that you want to buy or lease. Location is key. You need to know where you're going. So I think one day we'll cover location, okay? So you've offered them network, you've offered them furniture, you've offered them cleaning and security services, you even put alarms for them, they are good. Do parking. Now remember, this is commercial. So when you're investing in a commercial space, make sure that you have parking, not just for you, but for visitors. Because you see, if you're letting out a commercial space, these people will have guests coming in, day out. They have people, they do not want to struggle with parking. Settle it. Give them space. If there's a cost, tell them prior. Tell them, yes, we will give you parking. For the size of your office, by the way, when you're buying an office, the amount of parking you get depends on the size of the office. If the office is small, you will get fewer parkings. If you're getting a very big office, they know that first of all, you will have a lot of staff. That means you may have a lot of cars. So you will get an office that will come with a lot of parking. But now, the staff parking is actually not the issue, because staff will have a way around it. Staff will know the soldier because they're daily people. The people you don't want to mess with are the clients of your tenants. So ensure there's a space where your tenants' clients will find safe and ample parking, so that when they come to see their business partners, or when they come to see their, whatever they're coming to do, whatever clients are coming to do, they do not stress about parking. If the clients are not stressed about the parking, your tenant is not stressed about the parking. So make sure there is ample space. There's something else you can do. The services I said, you can do cleaning, you can do security, you can do food. I don't mean cook for your tenants. No, that's not what I mean. You see, why I said location was important. If your office is located near food providers, you might not need to go an extra mile. But what if it is not? What if the food providers around are very expensive. We have seen every lunch hour, observe, every lunch hour you will see professional men and women get out of very big offices, walk far. They walk off far. Yeah, they walk to where they can afford and then come back. Now imagine as a landlord for your tenant. I know this may not be possible for many corporates, but they are possible for most offices. Imagine you as a landlord offering that service, telling them that here, this is a list. All these people provide food. Number 1, number 2, number 3, they are around this area. They provide food for your staff. The rate is very reasonable. You can actually call them and they will be bringing food into the building. By the way, I've been a tenant. There was a place I was working and we were tenants in a certain building in Nairobi. And we used to have ladies come bring us food. They used to come from anywhere. They would come from, they were in Westlands, so they would come from anywhere and they would bring us food. And the food was good. But some days, you'd like call them and, hey, Kwani, it's 2 and they've not brought lunch. So you're like, hey, Kwani, today you're not bringing lunch. Why aren't you bringing lunch today? And they will tell you that we've been denied access into the building. So if you want your food, you have to come outside here and pick. Now remember, the convenience of them bringing is that you as a person in that office will not have to move. The food will be brought to where you are. So imagine if you as a tenant or as a landlady or landlord already took up that service, provided it for your tenants, and said that this, if you come here, even your staff, they won't be using so much time to go out to look for lunch. Lunch will be brought here because these are the service providers that we have allowed into the block. So they will be coming. You will just be giving your order. They will be bringing your food, and you will be sorted. That is a service. And let me tell you, you might not be able to charge for it because you're not the one cooking as the landlord or the developer. You're not the one cooking. You may not be able to charge for it, but your tenant will be very comfortable. And that is your goal. Okay? So you've given them network, access to a good network. You've given them some furniture. You've given them some cleaning services, some food delivery services. You've given them some good security with added features, not just the people at the gate. You're giving them alarms. You're giving them CCTVs. You've given them access control. There is ample parking. The office is decorated in a good, neutral way. You will get clients. For the ones buying, if you're buying to let out, those are the things you can do. Some of the things that I have mentioned, the developer, the person selling you the project or the office space, the person selling you the office space has already done them. I know most of the commercial developers have actually done all the networking, so people don't have to come and do their own wire lines. They are actually very sensitive about that because it spoils the look of their offices. So they're very sensitive about that. So they do the networking. The networking, yes, they do the cabling for the network. Okay, so if you're buying an office, some of these things will be done for you. If you're buying with the intention of doing the office for yourself, expect that the interior will not be done unless you buy a pre-existing office. But if you're buying directly off a developer, the interior will not be done because they expect that you will do it for yourself. Okay, I realize that in this video, I have done a lot of commercial space, like small spaces, like office spaces letting. That is what I've concentrated on most. So these are people who are either leasing or selling small units, or a developer who has done an office block and is selling a block. So I know that I've concentrated on them. So in the next video that I will do, I will actually go to the details of doing a shared office. I know you've seen a lot of adverts saying now coming shared office space where you pay less, you don't pay as much, so you pay for the hours you're in. In these office spaces, you pay for the hours that you use. You pay for the space. You don't have to pay for the whole office. You just pay for your own car desk. Just pay for your own car desk. And if you're looking for that kind of space, I will tell you where to get them for one, and then I will also tell you what to look at and what works for you, so that you just don't go get an office space and then you're there the whole day trying to get things to work. What are the things you should look out for when you're going into shared space? So we'll do a separate video for that, and then we will learn. As I keep saying, we will learn. So today was about commercial space. It was about how I wanted to prepare your mind so that when you're going to a commercial building, you know what to expect. If you're a buyer, you know what to expect. If you're somebody who's leasing, so those are the things that you look at. And remember, we still have I will bring someone who does office space. I have said that so many times, and I have said the next video what I will already do. So probably the next, or I can do, because I do one video per week, so I can actually do something smaller for everybody to see, and then we will get to know people who offer services for offices, people who do office decor, they do office partitionings. You will see some of the offices they've done. They do a good work, and then maybe if you require the services, you can always reach them. So at least now you have a slight idea of what to look at, whether you're letting out or whether you're looking for something to let. At least now you have a slight idea of what to look for commercial space. Of course, this is not one size fits all. People have different things because people have different uses. So not everybody is using their office the same way. So these are some kind of things that maybe you can provide for your space to get more tenants. And also if you're looking to lease an office space, these are some of the things that you can look at that will add value to you. It'll make your money worth it. All right. So keep watching. I'm so glad for all of you who have subscribed. Some of you who have not and you are still watching, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Watch the movies, not the movies. Watch the clips. Watch the videos that I will be letting out. They are educative. They are on real estate. And by the way, this is a sharing forum. So if you have something to say, you can comment down below, and we can always share. Okay. So thank you so much for following me. Thank you for keeping up. Thank you for asking the questions. The people who've been reaching out to me to ask, I am glad to assist. And keep reaching out. Keep subscribing. Keep following. Keep learning. And watch out for my next video, and we will be learning more about offices, especially the shared office space. That is what we will discuss next. It might not be a very long one, maybe a short one, but we will discuss what to do for a shared office and what to look out for a shared office. Remember to also keep tabs, because we're bringing interior people. I'm bringing people to just, see you, so that you can see their jobs. You can see what they do for interior of offices and houses. You can see what they do for landscaping. You can see what they do for whatever service that you require. We will be bringing them on the show, and they will be able to educate us. Okay? So thank you so much. This is Gakoi Waireri, Real Estate Demystified. Keep it locked and subscribe, and have yourself a wonderful time. See you next time. Bye-bye.